We're going to start with the bones of the upper limb, so anterior and posterior views. First we have the clavicle. So this is the clavicle here. Is it a good zoom, like you can see it pretty well, Lana? Perfect.
That's your collarbone, right?
Yes, it is. Yes. Collarbone, clavicle, exactly. We have the collarbone there on the model. And we have our collarbone right here. So is it okay if I put hands on for palpate? Okay. So the best way to find the collarbone, you know, is somewhere that you want to ask permission. Is it okay if I palpate? What does palpate mean? Maybe they don't know. Hands on, is it okay if I put my hands and just look for a landmark on the body? Okay, perfect. So here it is, the collarbone, the clavicle. Then we have the scapula. We'll turn our guy around, all the way around, and that's your shoulder blade. We'll turn this guy around, and that's the shoulder blade. Yeah, nice. And then the shoulder blade is right here. So right in here, the different angles, which we're going to get into as well. We have the humerus, and that's the long bone in the arm. That's right here, humerus. That's right here, the humerus, and it goes from here to here. So are we palpating it? Well, we can palpate parts of it, but there's a lot of muscles and soft tissue, right, along the arm. So, you know, going up and down the arm and feeling here, you know the humerus is in that area. We have the radius and the ulna. The ulna is always on the side of the pinky, so remember that. So two bones in the forearm. So we have the ulna and the radius. The radius is on the outside. If we zoom in here, the ulna and the radius is right beside it. And we have the ulna here and then the radius. Moving on to the wrist and the hand, we have carpals. These are the little bones, and where you would find them, right in here, so at the base of the thumb, all in there. And you're going to get to know all of those names. These are the carpals here, and all those little bones. For now, we're just going to practice it as the carpals. We'll get into more details in a little bit. Then we have the metacarpals and the phalanges. So the metacarpals, just distal to those carpals, we have 5 metacarpals. And then distal to that, in the 4 fingers, other than the thumb, there's 3 phalanges. We're going to get into those names in a bit as well. And in the thumb only has 2 phalanges. So for here, we have our carpals. Our metacarpals are right in here. And those big knuckles is the connection, the articulation between the metacarpals and the phalanges. And that's why it's called the metacarpophalangeal joint. And then just after those big knuckles, we have 1 phalanx, 2 phalanx, 3 phalanx. And then here in the model, we have, that's the metacarpal, phalanx, phalanx, phalanx. So we're going to get you to go and feel and palpate those on your partners now, and then we'll come back in a few minutes and go on to the next. So we can stop the